crutch will be telling us copper about now.
Probably will do. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Let's Play Planescape Torment. Wherein we are looking at our journal. Probably. Where is our journal? It's just journal. Find a way to help Ingress. Oh, we need to find a Planewalker for that. We need to find the source of Farad's bodies. Because he keeps getting bodies, and yeah, it's probably a bit dodgy. We need to find the missing journal, which is most likely being held by Farad. I think that's pretty much everything here.
Done.
I want to try and see if, I don't know. I don't think Anna's doing anything else. I don't want to necessarily threaten her, though, is the problem.
It's like the Dusty's lost one of the
Well,
daughters.
what is it?
Yes. So if I ask about Farad again. I did. Have you forgotten already? Alright. No, but I was wondering if you had, you see, south and west of the mortuary is an alley filled with heavily armed thugs. Know anything about that? Why? Well, maybe you'd be best asking them where old stutter crutches. Do I bluff? I think I have been bluffing because I'm not sure I want to just threaten someone at random. I don't. Yeah. Enough of your lies. Tell me where Farad is. No. Tell me where Farad is, girl. You'll soon number amongst the city's dead. Bar that, I have nothing more to say to you. Back. Get out. Leave.
I've never seen something so ugly as not.
Thank you. I assume what we want to do is go round, but I can't remember exactly where we want to head to. I think it's probably some other section of the hive, but I don't know where exactly. There'll probably be something in the journal thinking about it. So we want to try and help Ingress. And that's the only one I think I've really got. Prison built of regrets and sorrow, the shadows themselves forgotten matter. I think we'll just go round, and I think let's just go. We of course we're gonna go in the positive direction, which of course is anti-clockwise, because that's how maths works. I think we've done everything else though. The hive. So I'll get you where you go, and only one copper. I don't even know where I am going. Frightened hive dweller. You are frightened, my friend. Let's Mahult. We shall go and speak with him. You see a man in tattered clothing. As you approach him, he suddenly stops and begins to look around, frightened. Greetings. The man looks startled, then takes a step back. Hey, what you be wanting, cutter? His voice is shaky, and he seems taken aback by your stars. I've nothing on me, so's I don't. And my rags are not worth the trouble. Oh, calm yourself. I'm not here to rob you. I had some questions. He keeps a safe distance, and his eyes dart from side to side as if expecting something to step out of the shadows. Questions, you said? And, what might those questions be? Do you know someone named Farad? Name's not one I know, Catter. Who's he? He's a collector, I think. Well, then he most likely has his kip in Ragpicker's Square, then. You might want to look there. During the day, that is. Not a nice place at night. Where is it? It's a few blocks from here. Go west from the mortuary as far as you can go, and you'll run right into it. Careful when you're around there, though, Cutter. The collector's there. Don't always wait for a body to die before collecting on him, eh? Thank you. He licks his lips as you turn to leave. Cutter, you might, He studies you for a moment. You could spare a few coppers for a blood who helped you on your way. Not many around here. Do that for a fella. Enough for a man to wet his tongue after all that talking, eh? Give him copper. I don't have any money to spare. I've got quite a bit of cash, but we'll give him 5, I think. He glances around to see if anyone saw the exchange and tucks the jink in the fold of his robe. Thank you kindly, Cutter. May the Lady Shadow pass you by. Thank you.
I'm gone.
Names! People with names. I think that's a good... Oh my goodness. Oh, he looks scary.
Come on, Cutter, what are you doing? Come on, you don't want to sleep out here, girl.
Police.
Come on inside your form.
Porphyrion. Every inch of this man's skin is covered in a web of black lines. It's as if some artist chose to accentuate every crease in his flesh with a quill pen. The overall effect is such that even when his face shows no expression, he appears to be frowning. Greetings. This one has a name. This one is called Porphyron. The man's voice is like a gong. As he speaks, the lines on his face bend and settle into a series of spherical patterns. This one would know. Why do you address this one? I wanted to ask you some questions. This one would have you know. This one cannot answer your questions. The lines on his face twist into angles, then split into a mess of scribbles. This one has only recently stepped foot in this place of walls. I have to ask you, why do those lines on your face move? The lines show anger. Do you take offense? The lines slowly straighten, forming into gentle curves. No offense was meant. Will you accept the many apologies of this one? Oh, well, no offense taken. Why are you angry? This one tells of events recent. Did you know this one was beset by 3? The 3 demanded an item of 1. This one feared an attack. What does this one do? This one surrendered the item. Well, you were right to be afraid. If there were 3, then they might have killed you had you not given up the item. This one has been misunderstood. The lines on his face become angled, then smooth into curves again. This one did not fear being killed. This one feared killing the 3. Well, why did you let them rob you then? Yeah, I mean, you could have fought them off and not killed them. This one walks the path of a warrior. Many weapons have walked with this one. The fist, the blade, the stave, the hatchet, the smiter. These tools are all known to this one. Yeah, if you're a warrior with that much training, why let them rob you? This one is forbidden to attack. The lines ripple across his face as he speaks. If this one had struck at the 3 in anger, the vow of non-violence would be unmade. So you're a warrior and a pacifist? This one is unfamiliar with your speech. What is this pacifist? Never mind. Why did you train so much if you're not permitted to attack? This one is of the Order of Erit Aga. We await the final days, where all will be called to battle. The training and skills of this one. They are to be kept silent until then. So you'll let yourself be robbed without defending yourself. This one will clarify. The item is of value. The discipline of the Erit Aga is of greater value. Well, if you couldn't fight, couldn't you have talked them into returning it? This one addresses the 3 thieves. What happens? The requests of this one are met with scorn. The 3 will not return the item. I could go see if I could get the item back for you. This one must ask. Would you bring violence to the 3 that have robbed you? Not if I can help it. This one fears. A message absence of violence will not be understood. The lines on the man's face forms into a series of ellipses. This one is not opposed to you trying. What is this item you've lost? The item is this. A rope of black and red prayer beads worn around the neck. The worth of these beads is not measured in copper. The worth of these beads is measured in faith. Alright then, I'll see if I can find this necklace. Do you know where the thugs might be? This one knows where the angry words were traded and the item lost. By the bar that burns inside. The 3 were outside the place, dressed in black and red. 3 robbers dressed in red and black. Fashionable choice. Outside a bar that burns on the inside. Can't be too hard to find.
Updated my journal.
Journal!
Come on, Cutter. Let's have a look at her.
Oh, there was someone else with a name. Oh, hello, a collector. A halt. I think I might need to... Oh, I was going to talk to Pox, wasn't I? Of course. The man is draped in filthy, tattered brown robes, a long hood concealing most of his face from view. Greetings. You see his eyes narrow beneath his hood, and he takes a step back. What do you want? What are you doing? I'm looking for some bodies, is what I'm trying to do. But you'd think the dead powers had packed up their kip and left the plains, the way people are staying healthy and all. There is a sudden gleam in his eye. We had a pox last month. Glorious time. It was buddies stinking to the high heavens and plenty of jink to be had too. Why are you looking for bodies? He's a collector. You look surprised. Well, you're all obligers to the mortuary. There, you talk to Dusty's, haggle a little, and you get a fair bit of jink. Why do they buy the bodies? They gather the dead. It's their job. They pay us to cover more area and bring any bodies we find to them. Then they make sure the blighter's body goes to its proper place or gets cremated. They're all serious about it. They're balmy philosophy, but it just means more jink for me. Questions. I've some time for you. Like, what did you want to know, and how badly? I've some for you, then. Like, what did you want to know, and how badly do you want to know it? I'm looking for a journal I've lost. Look around, you cutter. I don't make enough jink to be lighting up the dark for nothing. Take a bit of coin, Will, if you want to chant. 5 coppers, okay. He studies the coins for a moment as they lay in his hands. He pockets them swiftly. Ask. Looking for a man named Farad. What about him? He suddenly seemed wary. Why? Farad. He spits, sneering contemptuously. Ragpickers, square as sharegraves. Me boss's territory, you see. Farad and his dogs come in a while back and tried to oust us. We fought them off, we did. Says they're all lying somewhere now. We still catch one of his lads now and then round the square. Usually turn him into a quick spotted jink at the mortuary. Do you know where he is? I know where he in where most of the collectors call Kip in Ragpickers Square. But that he's close by there somewhere's the chant. Do all the collectors share your opinion of him? Alright, tell me about Sharegrave then. He's me boss. Cast his shadow or a whole mess of collectors he does. I stay away from him unless you got right good cause to talk to, man. I've never spoken with him personally myself. I'm also looking for a journal I've lost. Just shakes his head puzzled. Never mind. Well, keep yourself safe, Cutter. Find you on the streets. I'll be kind to your corpse.
Come on in here, Cutter. Give it a
You're
rest.
welcome.
You don't want to sleep on the street and get killed out here. Come on in.
Right, so we're looking for a tavern. Okay, let's talk to you, fellow. This black-scaled reptile towers to a height of 8 feet. Its great height, however, is offset by its thin, snake-like frame. A long, prehensile tail drags behind it, and its leathery wings are hooked behind its back. A strong, vinegary smell emanates from the creature, as well as a certain amount of heat. It seems to be ignoring you. Hello? Well, Chief. Mort cuts in before you can speak to the creature. Bar that, you don't want me ratting your bone box with any fiend on the street. Leave it be. But I wanted to ask some questions. No, you don't. Mort glances at the creature, then turns back to you and lowers his voice to whisper. They're touchy. Let's just go. Alright, we'll leave you for the moment. We might get involved. We might talk to him later. Right. Oh, there's another one. Okay, they're just random things. Ma, you want me to talk to you, do you? Your first impression of Ma is that he needs a long bath, preferably away from any creature that has any sense of smell. You can almost see the stench waft from his body in sinister yellow tendrils. Found a little Ron, eh? He motions towards you frantically in an effort to get you to come over and talk to him. Approach this man, hear what he has to say. Look of excitement crosses his face as you approach. Thank you for stopping. My name is Ma, and I have a favour to ask you. I'm listening. It's a matter of life and death. I must be delivering this here box, or it'd be me head for sure. 'Tis me bad luck that twisted me leg, something fierce. So will you help me out by delivering this here box for me? I'll deliver the box, I think. Mar slowly takes out a small box from within the recesses of his ragged clothing. For the briefest of moments, you see a look of regret cross his face. Then it is gone, as he looks at you and hands you the box. A slight shimmer surrounds the box as both you and Mar touch it. A sigh of relief is heard as Mar releases the box into your care. And what now? This be needing to be delivered to Quatra. It can usually be found somewheres down in the southeastern section of the hive. Oh, unless you try to say, I didn't warn you, whatever happens, don't open the box. Don't leave the hive with the box, and I'll be off with you. I'll be back when I deliver it.
Updated my journal.
Oh, that's bad. He just run off and left. Oh, no, I don't want to move. I'm gonna go. We don't want to go. Oh, so that's okay. So this is the tavern that's.
Come inside. You'll live longer. We got warm beds in here.
We're looking for
Cutter.
people
Come
wearing
on in.
black and red. Okay. Nestor, why is your name? I don't know. You see an aging man. Is there another character? Is there another person called Nestor that I'm getting named? Brain wording. You see an aging man in soiled and tattered clothes frantically pacing in the corner. His shock of filthy white hair sticks out in every direction. It's Doc Brown. And his face encrusted with dirt and streaks of dried blood. Okay, maybe not. Is covered with grey stubble. Every few seconds he stops pacing and flails about suddenly, muttering and cursing as if assaulted by some unseen foe. He does not seem to notice you approach. Greetings. At the sound of his voice, the old loon whirls around to face you. His wide staring eyes bulging in their sockets, he regards you for a brief moment, then returns to his raving. No, 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 it's not you. Oh, but soon, yes, soon. Who are you talking to? The old man seems oblivious to your presence. Ho, 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 you'll come, yes, you'll come, and old Nestor will be waiting. Who are you waiting for? Waiting, yes. He suddenly plops down on the floor as if overcome by exhaustion. Long have I waited, waiting. He takes a deep breath and springs back to his feet. Wait forever if I have to, do you hear me? Are you alright? No! Nestor's face turns beet red and his whole body shakes in protest. My fork! Can't leave without my fork. Oh ho! Fork, fork, fork. Your fork? Fork! Fork, fork! Can't go home without my fork. Nestor's frenzy reaches a violent crescendo. He begins hopping up and down maniacally, then suddenly stops, lowers his head and runs headlong into a large wooden cupboard that stands against the back wall of the flophouse. The force of the impact knocks the old man flat on his back. After a few seconds he stands back up, a dazed expression on his face. Gone, stolen, can't go home without my fork. Who took your fork? Nestor stares at you for a long moment, then begins rummaging through the pockets of his filthy tunic. After a few seconds, he produces what appears to be a dismembered ear. Judging by the stench and colour of the ear, you'd wager that the old loon has been toting it around in his pocket for some time. You have my fork, don't you? Don't you? Ho ho! It's Mickey Mouse. He holds the ear close as if speaking to it. Bring back my fork. Maybe I can help you. Waiting. Ho ho! He shakes the ear violently as he shouts into it. Until you bring it back, then I can go home. Try to find your fork.
Updated my journal.
I'm helping everyone. I help people. That's what I do. Bye. See the tall figure of a creature standing before you. The lower portion of his body resembles that of a goat. However, just above its powerful forelegs, its shape takes on a more human appearance, with a man's torso, arms, and head, all of which are covered in polished armour. The creature's eyes are closed and appears to be sleeping. Greetings. The creature snorts briefly, but its eyes remain shut. Apparently, it is not a light sleeper. Let him sleep.
I'm gone.
Let's speak with Arlo, shall we? He's a short, balding man standing in what serves as the foyer to this ramshackle flophouse. His bushy brows are furrowed in concentration as he picks at what appears to be a scab on his large, bulbous nose. Greetings. The man doesn't bother to look up. Instead, he continues to stare cross-eyed down at his nose. Yeah? What do you want? I had some questions. Well, ain't that nice? He flashes you a sarcastic yellow-toothed smile. And I'm sure you'll find your answers someday. But I've got me a business to run. So if you don't want a bed, suggest you pike off. Never mind. Right, okay, so this isn't the... Because it was like a tavern.
I'm gone.
I thought that would have been the right place, but clearly I'm wrong. Okay.
Come on, you don't want to sleep out here. It's cold. Come on inside where it's warm. Get a room in a crowd.
Ooh, hello. Vines with black leaves, stem sharp. Are you the hot thugs I need to talk to? You see a heavy-set looking man. He has a stone-faced expression. Greetings. The man looks at you for a moment and raises his hand, revealing a wicked dagger. He smiles evilly and begins twirling it in the menacing arc. Farewell. Alright. This is when you realise you should save.
Damn it.
Stop missing more.
Damn it.
Stop it! I'll take 3 coins, thank you.